all these great artists, from Mobb to Mobb to Pun to Akon to David Banner to Dead Prez to The Licks to Exhibit, they were all self-contained, right? You had RZA with the Wu, you had Have with Mobb, you had Joe with Pun, you had E Swift with The Licks and Exhibit, and Dre with Exhibit. Akon was self-contained. David Banner was self-contained. Who the fuck am I to say, change this beat? Just deliver me the product and I'll do the fucking rest. That's really what, to me, all of it had in common. Each one of them was a chef. Like, each one of them just truly made their own music. Like Stick in M1 with Dead Prez. You know, they did it. And, you know, and the rapport that they had with our A&R staff. You never knew me to be in the studio. Like, once my son was born, I would run home. So Paul and Juicy at 3-6 with Hypnotized Minds, they were Wu-Tang just in the South. I mean, they'd tear the club up, Thugs. Don't forget, we made a movie with them that we went straight to VHS. The movie was outselling Shrek in the South. Choices. You know, the soundtrack went 2 million. We sold 1 million VHSs. You know, and they had, you know, their own. We still let them keep a deal with Selector Hits for 666 Mafia, which was all their street shit. Oh, Project Pat also came out that year. I mean, that quarter. I mean, they were special, and you know, and that's how me and Juicy is still in business today. They had everything. They had the studio, they had the label, they knew how to manufacture a record. I mean, that's how Wu-Tang started, right? So they had the same thing. You know, with Prodigy's passing, that hit home. I mean, that hurt. I'll tell you how I even found out. My daughter was taking her road test, and we were in Miami. She wanted to take a road test in Miami so she could drive like 6 months earlier. So we're in Miami, and I'm walking her to the car so she could take the test, and Rich keeps on calling me. And I'm like, it's not one time, it's not two times, it's not three, you know, it's like, so I know some things. I was scared to call him. I had no idea what it was, but I just knew something wasn't right. So he called again, like, say 3 minutes later, when my daughter's coming back. And I answered the phone, and he said, P just passed, and she's walking into the room, and I don't know if she passed the road test or not the road test, you know, and she, you know, she gives like, you know, she passed, and I just broke down. Knowing that she's okay, and then P and my brother Jonathan had the same birthday. He would call me up and say, hey, you bringing your son up to the office today? I'm like, well, I go, what's up? He goes, I got to be in the city. And he knew that we had a nanny. So I said, what time you know, so he would drop his son off, whatever, you know, if it was a photo shoot or whatever he had to do. And my nanny would watch his son. I mean, he was a hands-on dad. And a great dad. So those are little things, you know, and then, you know, I never knew the pain. He never complained about the pain, you know, with the sickle cell. So, you know, going back, you know, and just thinking about, and you know, and we would have disagreements, but it was always what's best for the record. He was too young. I mean, they were all too young. Dirty was too young. Pun was too young. But I spoke to P a month before he passed, and he was really in shape, and I was like, what, like, how the fuck did you know, go from a small guy to like just built like an animal, you know, just like, and he told me, you know, it was a diet, and we had some laughs, you know, and I was gonna try and make it to the Vegas show, because, you know, I was in LA, but I was in Miami with my daughter, so that was the last time that we spoke.